coming up on the show. And that should also be informative. Different angles, different thoughts, your calls, my analysis, Paul Watson's take, all of us together breaking this down. This is the GCN Radio Network, Infowars.com.
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you turn away too? And then what if you saw all of the things that's wrong? Would you stand tall and strong? Or would you turn it on?
I see a message from the government. Like every day, I watch it and listen and call them all suckers. They wanted me about Osama or whatever. Picture me buying the scam. I said never. You in tune to a hard truth soldier spitting. I stay committed, cause I lose commission. It's all a part of fighting devil state mind control. And all about the battle for your body, mind, and soul. And now I'm hoping you don't close your mind so they shape you. Don't forget they made us slaves, gave us AIDS and raped us. Another push season mean another war for profit. All in secret so the public never seek to stop it. The Illuminati, 666, all connected. Stole a vote, they control the race and take elections. It's the Skull and Bones Freemason Kill Committee. See the dragon get in every city.
What would you do if you knew all the things we knew? Would you stand up for truth? Or would you...
All right, we got Dr. Deagle on for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to just bam, bam, bam go through your calls. Then Steve Quayle is coming up. And we'll have Dr. D back up throughout the week. He's a Genesis talk show host here. NutriMedical.com is the website. Another medical doctor. We'll give you his bio in a moment. Before we go any further, I want to encourage you to continue to support us, but also get materials that are great for waking other people up in your area, namely, Infowars.com, the online video and bookstore, Truth Rising, Terror Storm, Endgame, the Obama Deception. People are ready to see these films now. Get the DVDs, make copies, get them out to folks, or see them all in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv. Oh, and do something else. Go back to Infowars.com since you're on the shopping cart, the Yahoo shopping cart. Click on the top banner for the T-shirts. We got a bunch of other ones that we're getting made right now. They're about to be up there. Look at this. We got the Come and Take It shirt, a new design with an AK-47. We've got the Socialism shirt with a gun to the head. Click on the Live Free or Die one. That's the design on the front, and the back's a big Infowars.com. A Minuteman. Click on the Minuteman himself, and it'll enlarge it. There you go. Live Free or Die. That is our best-selling shirt right now. And you can also show folks the Obama shirt, that white one down there, New World Order with the Obama symbol. Great way, folks. So it's not an offensive shirt. People say, what does that mean? And you can explain it to them. So, again, please go to Infowars.com and get the T-shirts. It's a great way to meet like-minded people when you go to these tea parties or in the Fed rallies, but not just there, to church or school or the coffee shop or the grocery store. You want to meet like-minded people, this is the way to do it, all at Infowars.com, or call toll-free, 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. Really in-depth stuff. It's probably going to be shocking to hear what I haven't talked to Steve. We just called him this morning. My producer did. I said, call Steve, let's get him on. And I don't know what his view on this bird flu situation, swine flu / human flu, transgenic, mutagen, or whatever it is. So that's coming up. Again, I want to hear Dr. D's take on it as well now that I talked to him last night, but a lot's happened since we had him on at like 5:30 Central. Before we go any further, though, My Solar Backup, a lot of things can cut off your electrical power, hurricanes, snow, ice storms. Listeners should move towards getting off the grid, and here's a good way to do just that. A solar-powered generator is now available from our longtime sponsor, Solutions from Science. It's designed to provide 1,800 watts of power on demand in the event of any disaster outage. You get an emergency power backup kit, which consists of the Power Source 1800 power plant, a high-efficiency solar panel designed to provide endless electricity. It generates free electricity. Remember, too, that gas stations need gas, but in a blackout, gas pumps can't pump gas because they run on electricity. The solar generator is like having a silent power plant hidden in your home. It's the perfect emergency backup for troubled times. The government doesn't own the sun yet, folks, so make your move now. MySolarBackup.com. That's MySolarBackup, one word, MySolarBackup.com, or give them a call. 877-327-0365, 877-327-0365. And one more sponsor I wanted to tell you about that is making this radio show possible are the fine folks at eFoodsDirect.com. Clean, healthy, non-GMO, non-hybrid food. The lowest prices out there because they're the biggest storable foods company in the nation, so they pass those savings on to you. and just a fabulous high-quality food from Utah, the folks that wrote the book on this. efoodsdirect.com, efoodsdirect.com, the letter E, foodsdirect.com, or 800-409-5633, with all the things the New World Order is doing, with the history of criminality of the global elite and the things they do, and the fact that they don't want you to have storable food or drink filtered water or own firearms. They want you dependent. They want you broke back. The great way to be self-sufficient is to get high-quality food at efoodsdirect.com or 800-409-5633, 800-409-5633 or efoodsdirect.com. Okay, I really want to hear, now that he's had more time to look at this, because nobody talks and writes about bird flu more than Dr. Deagle, who is a medical doctor. And if you go over his bio, it is lengthy. I think it's probably better, Dr. Deagle. Plus, I just had your bio here in front of me. There's so much going on. If you tell the listeners a little bit about yourself, because you particularly worked in a lot of these areas. In fact, I had known this. I'd heard it from another doctor. It was actually a biologist, but I didn't believe it. I believed him, but I just couldn't believe it. And then you were on the show about a year ago, and you said, yeah, look at how they make aspartame. It is a specially engineered bacteria's excrement. It's what aspartame is, and they feed toxic chemicals to the bacteria, the E. coli. And then so they feed a crap-eating bacteria chemicals, and then it defecates out, I hate to talk about this, but this is what the New World Order's into, a toxic chemical. And so this is a and I'd heard this and read this and didn't believe it. Then I Googled that day a year ago, aspartame manufacturing process. Do that right now. This is a side issue, and it was exactly, with photos and videos, what Deagle said he saw 20 years ago at a factory when he was getting a tour of a vaccine facility. I think he said he worked there, I forget. And separate from the vaccine facility, on another back 40, was their huge aspartame facility, and it was black sludge. Well, folks, you can go online and look at the black sludge. I mean, just give you an example of how crazy it is. Since 1981, when they approved this, you are eating E. coli crap. That is aspartame, now in over 10,000 products. Dr. D, you want to tell folks briefly about that and then your bio?
Yeah, I'll try to be the bio real brief. My background before I went into medicine in the 70s was I was trained in infectious disease and worked under a bioweaponeer, Dr. Robert Brown. In the 1997, I spoke at Human Life International in Zurich, Switzerland, on the Super Soldier program, which they tried to recruit me at UCLA in 1978. I turned them down. And I also spoke against fetal tissue transplantation, which was projects going on all across America, from Boulder to U of Texas, etc. And after my talk, they gave me a plunked down in front of me a foot of documents about 3 projects. The first 2 projects were the plasmid, genetically engineered tetanus vaccine, was to create antibodies to cause first trimester abortions, primarily to reduce the population by causing a spontaneous miscarriage in women. The second project was a special virus project, which they also tried to recruit me in 1974 to go to Uganda for the CIA and finish my PhD in virology. I turned them down. This project was a mycobacteria, which is carrying an RNA retrovirus. The virus is, in fact, genetically made from at least 3 different retroviruses, including Visna, the feline leukemia virus, and also green monkey virus. These are weapons that were originally conceived by the Nazis in the 1930s and completed by our government, by the CDC, etc. But the most scary project...
Let me just stop you for a moment. For those that don't know, and this sounds ridiculous, I'm trying to recruit him, that's who the CIA recruits, is doctors, is scientists, because these are professionals that have proven they can follow orders and carry out complex procedures. My dad is a dentist and oral surgeon. And they tried to recruit him and a bunch of other Dallas top-of-their-class oral surgeons to be part of and we were going to have to move to Maryland, and it was double the money. He said no. I remember the conversations around the table when I was like 10 years old, and they came back a year later, and all he would tell them is it was cybernetics because he knew how to implant things in bone. So for those that don't know, the military-industrial complex hits up what I would say, probably a third of your specialized doctors and people?
Yeah, they look for people that have a bent toward doing research. A lot of doctors, only maybe 5% really like to do research. The rest of them just want to go off and do procedures and have a practice. But anyway,
my whole point is this is widespread.
Oh yeah, this is standard. This is not a unusual thing. This is standard to call through, and just like the Rhodes Scholarship, they put 300 Rhodes Scholars through every year. 10% when they do their psychological testing are a little bit psychotic. They're kind of strange. They'll do things no matter what, and they get a carte blanche. Now the third project was the most scary of all, and this was a project where they told me all the details. That they were actually going to exhume whalers from 1918 pandemic in the permafrost, and they were going to take a gene bioengine with a supercomputer and rebuild the 1918 swine flu. That flu, by the way, also was a byproduct of a bioweapons project's vaccine project that was a typhus vaccine that they passed through pigs in Kansas, and it therefore had pig flu and human flu. And I went over the genetics letter by DNA letter with Dr. Henry L. Nyman 3 years ago.
And by the way, they now admit that they have, with the Human Genome Project,